On that, I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Alrighty. Hey, everybody. This is the after show for my deconversion story from over on Neil's channel. He had to go meet up with his mother for those who were there, so he couldn't host one. So I said, I'll host it here. If you guys want in, I'll throw you guys the link. But anyway, we're just going to bullshit. Right with that, I got Duke Bonanza with me, and I got Frank is with us as well. How you guys doing?
Yeah, man,
No,
doing good.
we're all good.
Yeah, all good. So do you guys have any questions that didn't get asked in the deconversion story, or?
Yeah, I'm fortunate. Unfortunately, I'm a lump that missed it because I fell asleep in my chair the minute I sat down in it today. But
Yeah.
I'll give it a look.
Coffee.
Yep. So anyways, how you doing, Duke?
Oh, man, life's good. It's good. Everything's good. Could be better, but I think there's a song. There's a rap group called I think it's Ideas and Abilities, and he's got this line that I love. He says, "It ain't all good, but it's all good enough." I've always loved that.
Yeah, that's kind of what you gotta hope for. Is that not every day is gonna be the best, and you just kind of hang in there for the better one. Hope it's good enough for the day.
Yeah, well, what was it? I think it was Bill Hicks. He said maybe you should just smoke a little weed. You're like, holy shit! I was taking life seriously for a second.
I
uh,
can't take it too seriously. So anyways, recap a bit. We talk about. We touched on what got me going down my route, and I think we've talked about this in private hangouts before, Duke. That was reading other religions, creation myths and stuff, and then comparing it to like the Bible, and it's like, well, why do I believe the Bible and not? And I think this is silly, right? So I got to be able. So when it came down, I went through my whole thing and all my digging into trying to find the reason why I should keep holding on to the Bible as this being true and all this other stuff and the reasons for this and that, right? We went down that. We touched on that. I don't know if there's anything we mentioned or talked about before that's if you got any questions on that or
uh, no, no, not at the moment. um, that's an interesting thing because I didn't come across that idea naturally. It was pointed out to me by Penn Jillette. So, like, he came out when I first became an atheist. The only atheist I knew of um, that talked about it much was Penn Jillette because I was really like isolated from that stuff. And that's when he came out. I think it might have been when he did a thing about Mitt Romney wearing the magic underwear, where he's just like going through all the stuff about Mormonism that's super crazy. He said, but if you really think about it, it's just closer to us. You know what I mean? Like Scientology and Mormonism, they're just closer to us than Jesus. And like talking snakes and talking donkeys, and like all that shit's just as batshit crazy. But it's just a lot of people believe it and have been believing it for a long time, so it feels more justified.
yeah, yeah. It's and on my search, I found you get interest to the history and stuff. Uh, you come across how diverse like the beliefs even within the very very early Christian church were based on the evidence. Now we're missing quite a bit of it for some of the sects, but we know they existed from like writings from their enemies. But there's the Ehrman's Lost Christianities when they he wrote a book on it. Docetism, I think is what it's called, or Docetic. I'm bad at these words. I don't know how they're supposed to be pronounced. So
I do that all the time, dude. Don't worry about it, man.
I do it the best. And so what they thought for the longest time before the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls was that it was a second century heresy, so something that evolved out of the initial church. But with the Dead Sea Scrolls, it put Docetism firmly in the first century. And given Paul is talking in 1 Corinthians, he says,
I'm back.
how you doing, Frank? He says that, if we don't believe that Jesus died on the cross, then we're, our beliefs are foolish and silly and stuff. So, and so he was likely talking to a very early Docetic cult or group of Christians that because Jesus is God, you can't kill God, so he couldn't have died on the cross, right? And so that's really so their belief was that he made it appear that way, and making it appear that way is how and stuff there. So that's like, man. So we got this Bible, we got these early these very early very early sects that believe wildly different things. So how do we even accept that the Bible is inspired by right? And so,
is that a commercial?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Frank, what you doing there, buddy?
Actually, to kind of refresh everyone's memory, I was.
Now better?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's interesting. You could almost use that, unless I'm remembering it wrong. You could almost use that verse in Corinthians that Paul made to slap the piss out of Pascal's wager.
How so?
The one where he says, "If Christ isn't crucified, then what we all believe is foolishness."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like the whole point of Pascal's wager is to say, well, it's better to hedge your bets than it is. Yeah, I'll have to look that verse up again, see if I'm remembering it in context.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I guess that's a way to knock down Pascal's wager, but it's not.
I mean, just using the biblical text, I gotta look it up, make sure I'm not wrong.
It's why Methodists go after it. The ones that say Jesus never existed, because if you could prove that,
it's a full book of bullshit.
Let's see. So the ones that said you could, the ones that you said that Christ couldn't have died.
it's where is it? Let me pull it up. I'm gonna have to mute here for a second. You guys want to chat? I'll be right.
Cool, man.
Are you a theist or atheist? You?
I'm an atheist, hard atheist.
Cool.
Anti-theist.
I won't offend you on this one. I reckon, you know how it says in the Bible, something rather around, because I got brought up in this crap too, that 6 days blah blah blah, and on the 7th day he rested. No.
Yes, 6 days.
Yeah, and then but on the Sabbath he had a day off. Remember? Now the problem with that is he's never come back. So has anybody ever considered the fact that maybe, just maybe, that his mother called him and said, "Dad's home, get your ass home"? You know what I mean? He said, "We've had enough of you." You know, and honestly, if the whole universe was made for no other reason except for people to look at, do we really need it?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'd rather listen to Odin. He knows what he's doing.
Let's see. Sorry, buddy. I'm reading. I'm reading something real quick.
Well, I can't see, but how many people we got watching us?
One moment, and I'll tell you. Looks like 3. I don't know who. I think Hans P. Hansen's out there. Hey, buddy.
Oh, g'day, Hans. Well, Hans, how are you?
Watching the chat. I don't see anything yet. Let's see.
When you're ready, you might be able to help me to see it too. All I got is the hangout screen.
Yeah, I've got the YouTube video pulled up, but I'm not seeing anything active in the chat at the moment.
How do I get the YouTube bits?
Do what? I just pull up YouTube and then I mute it.
Yeah,
I pull up the video. There's a link to the video in the usual suspects.
Is there? Yeah, well, that's how I got this. That's how I got the hangout bit.
Yeah, but there's a second link he put in there that's to go to the video itself to watch.
Really?
Yeah, so you can go to that and just turn the volume off or down on that so it doesn't echo and feedback through the speakers.
Okay, hang on. Same thing, all I got is the link to the hangout. And then a South Park thing. That's all right. That's all right. You know what you're doing. I don't. That's all right. I'm still learning. What time is it over there with you?
8:49.
What, in the morning?
In the evening.
Oh, I got 12:50 p.m. Huh.
Yeah. There's a pretty big differential between our times.
Yeah, apparently. And today's Tuesday for me. What day is it over there? Monday then.
Today is Monday.
So day right. Yeah, okay. Oh, I get it. That's why Neil calls me Future Boy.
Yeah.
I got it. But so is Nutjar. He's in the same time slot as I am.
Nacho, yeah, he's over there with you.
And so is the other boy. What's his name?
I know you're talking Terry.
Terry. Yeah, Terry as well. Yeah, he keeps insisting I'm not here. I'm getting one day for that. I'll go down and knock on his door and go, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, I know, right? Go down there and put it on him, dude.
That'll annoy him. Well, I'm not here, and I'm not knocking on your door. And just for that, have you heard the word of God today?
Yeah, excuse me, but do you have a moment to talk about the risen macho man, Randy Savage?
Yeah, that was a shame, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm sad that what's his name died though. I thought he'd go on for a little bit longer. What's his name? Stan Lee.
Yeah, that was a damn drag's what that was.
Yeah, one of that's like so bad. You know, honestly.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Stan the Man all of my life.
Yeah, so have I. I grew up on the original Iron Man and everything else. You know, back in the well, I'm not gonna say back. Yeah, I don't know how old you are, but you know, I started reading. I started reading those things when I was about 5 years old.
I started reading comic books about the time I could read,
Yeah,
really, and I've read them. I read them all of my young life. I'm 40, so I started reading comic books in the 80s.
I started back in. Hang on, what year was that? Would have been about 61, 62. Yeah. You know what my very first comic was? And you
What's
love it.
that?
I don't know if it's still around. It's called Hot Stuff. The Devil. The Little Devil.
I know what you're talking about. Hold on.
I really read me.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was my very
Let's
first
see.
comic.
First appeared in the 57.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I think I had the first version of that. Mum and Dad used to buy it for me. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still around or not.
No. And the one lot of comics that disappeared, and they were good for a little while. It's called the Metal Men.
The Metal Men?
Metal Men. They were good.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Outside of Batman, I read almost exclusively Marvel comics growing up. I read some Teen Titans here and there. I read Batman. I read there was a series called The Outsiders that I read that I liked.
Yeah,
It came out in the 80s. I liked those.
my I don't know what's going on my head. It's the what do you call it? The original sort of what do I call that one? Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball, but I wasn't religious about it. I watched both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. No, like I said, because of these idiotic strokes of mine, every time I read or saw one, give it a week, it was something new to me again. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
And,
that was one of those. How you doing today, Joe?
Hey,
Long time.
Oh, hey.
good. How are you?
good. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Can't
Sorry I'm
complain.
so late.
You're not that late.
Late for what?
We hadn't been going very long.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I was misremembering that verse from Corinthians. There's one in there that kind of backs it up, but I was remembering out of context to the rest of the verses.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you went? Yeah. Well, I don't know, brother. You know, I mean, hang on a minute. Let's just open a random page and see what happens. What? It simply says, "Teach me your own path."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The verse I was remembering was, and if Christ is not raised, our preaching is useless, and so is our faith. So is your faith. But I was remembering it out of context of the rest of the verse, so I had to go back and read it through again. So I misspoke.
And here's a good one. I have not sat with men of untruth. Isn't that good?
Is that from the Bible?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Ezekiel. What's
Actually, I opened it up in Psalms.
Let's see. I can't remember the verse.
Um, 26,
Oh,
something like 26:4. Oh, isn't that lovely? I missed this one myself. Here we go. This is from Moses God himself. Where I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and with the wicked ones I do not sit. Oh, what a joke! Anyway,
that's us.
I reckon we can get an entire comedy routine out of this. I was being done, sorry, but yeah, we can get something out of that, and no one else. Actually, I wonder if there's enough pages in there to wipe my ass. Yeah, that's well, that's all right. I can get another book. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I feel like I should go find the Bible on the bookshelf.
I've got one around here somewhere. I've got probably 10 of them.
I got one somewhere from my grandmother's mother's mother. So I don't know what you want to call that. It's an English translation of an old German Bible, and it's a bloody big thing. It's about this big, like it's about that bloody thick. And I tell you what, the stuff that's in there is not in any of these stuff. And in these new Bibles, it's as if somebody decided, oh, can't have that, rip that out, rip that out, rip that out. Oh, hang on a minute, my pen's working, I'll put something in here. You know, it's incredible. It really is. But then again, what do I know?
Yeah,
They don't pay me to know anything. Well, not enough.
Yeah, there's sorry about that. I had Brantley trying to find the Aftershow. So I set in the link, so you'll probably be hopping on or at least watch from the chat.
Well, I'd like to. Well, I'll have a look. Did you send that on Twitter as well?
Yep, I shared it on Twitter. It should be on my feed.
I can't find it, man. Like I said, I found this one. The link to this. I got the hangout. Oh, hang on. I got it. Hang on. Yeah, just now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
see what happens. And I got to turn it down, don't I?
So how have you been enjoying your break from all the crazy on the social media?
I like it a lot.
I got it.
It's been good.
I think I got it.
Sorry about that.
I miss you guys, though.
Say that again. I couldn't hear.
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss hanging out with you. I got to beat up on Duke, though. You forgot to send me an invite to your birthday party.
I did. I accidentally left Red out like a...
You jerk.
Like an awful jackass I am.
Hello, Purple. How are you?
You missed it, Red. They made me cry.
Oh, no.
And everybody played instruments.
Hey, Purple.
I'm sure my neighbors just loved that.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody played instruments.
Yeah, sorry about that, Purple. Yeah, it's on a secondary channel, a streaming only channel. Don't want to show
that. You're doing that one.
Come by. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's been quiet without you.
Oh,
Yeah, we missed it. I know. I don't know if Tad had ever got a hold of you. He was looking for you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I got it out to him. I'm pretty sure he got in touch with her. She had to mute for a reason. I tried to make sure that the appropriate people all got her email address so they can keep up with her.
Yeah, well, part of it is when she turned her Twitter and stuff off, it deleted all her comments in the thread. So where she had it posted, it was like, never mind, it would be buried anyways under, in a couple of days. To go find it.
Beneath all the dildos and cults, the new
sorry about
cult,
that.
the hookers and coke cult that Evans and I are going to start with Bubba and.
But yeah, Tata did get a hold of me, and if you need my email or need to get a hold of me, hit Duke up.
Yeah, I got your email out in my address book.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
But dildos are hard to sit on too, Duke.
Do what?
Dildos are hard to sit on.
Only if you're not me.
Well, I haven't tried myself, but I've heard about it.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm such a horrible person.
Why? How did you get down to that level? You've been talking to me, haven't you? I'm trying to annoy everybody for as long as I can. So I want to hang around till about, I don't know. How old did that other bastard make it to about 900 years? That sounds good enough to me.
Yeah. There you go. Like Methuselah.
How old was he?
I want to say he was over 1,000 or close to it, pushing 1,000.
Yeah, it was insane.
The biblical theory I was always told on it was that, and I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is canonically true or not. It's just kind of what I was raised with, And it's a weird thing because every different sect of Christianity has got its own different flavors of awfulness. But I was always told that because God couldn't flood the earth as long as there was one righteous person on there, and Methuselah was amongst the righteous. So once he died, that's when the flood happened.
Well, you got to remember that when these sort of things happen, they really took the piss out of God that day, didn't they? It went everywhere.
So yeah, I think it was Enoch too was another one from that time period. He was one of the two people in the Bible that never actually died.
Yeah, he got whisked away.
He got whisked away. One was Elijah.
On the fiery chariot.
Yeah, Elijah was the fiery chariot, and I want to say Enoch was it just said Enoch was caught up with God, taken up with God. And the context of it was that he didn't actually die. And there was talk as to the two prophets in Revelation being Elijah and Enoch for those reasons.
Oh, darn. I just wanted to watch those bones run around,
Yeah. That too. There's nothing like some bones running around. That's makes me think of Sinbad in this. The old Sinbad movie, man. Was it Sinbad?
But didn't he have a little, lamp that he rubs? He rubbed like that, and what do you call it? And the genie come out and attacks people because he wanted them to.
Was it Sin? That was Aladdin.
The whole joke is people misremember Kazam as Shazam, and instead of Shaquille O'Neal as the genie, they remember Sinbad. What the heck? The
one eye. Cyclops was good too.
How you doing, Brantley?
I'm doing fine.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you as well, in all of your painted glory.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
G'day, Brad. I'm Frank. Or some people call me Claus. or others call me Zenith.
Like the TV? Zenith?
Yeah, I see ya. Yeah, I'm Zenith. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Well, that's what my old master used to call me anyway.
your old master?
Yeah, he was a what do you call it? A Tibetan monk.
Oh, were you dabbled in Buddhism for a while?
No, only the women.
So I feel guilty being in here. I missed 3/4 of your actual deconversion story, Red.
Oh, that's no problem. Duke missed all of it.
I missed all of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're not. None of you.
I can.
I had
can
my
just-
notifications on and it didn't come up for me at all.
Yeah,
I
well,
just
that's what
ignored it.
but it doesn't happen that way.
Well, I mean, it happens. There's everybody streaming at about that time of the night, so I get, with my account, I get like 20 notifications about this time of night for streams and all sorts of stuff. So
I didn't actually ignore it. I never got a notification either.
yeah,
I did. I was just asleep.
You ruined it
That's
for
a good
everybody, Duke.
Better excuse than I had.
yeah. So yeah, like I said, I recapped a little bit with Duke a little earlier here. It's basically reading other religions' holy books, creation stories, and saying like, well, this is silly, this is crazy, and then reading mine and going, well, why the heck do I accept all this when I look at this as being crazy? It started on my path, at least to deconverting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was basically, I really like history, and I paid more attention to or looked more into it back then than what I do now. And so I, come across Ehrman's book, Lost Christianities, and it's like, well, from the very beginning they couldn't quite decide on certain things, and there's other stuff in history, like the Christological decision at Nicaea and how that went down. Um, I forget the guy's name. Is it Nestaforian?
What's that?
Who tried to marry the different ideas into one Christology and kind of mass through there. Well, he made some enemies, and before he arrived at the council, his enemies got together, called the chamber in, and excommunicated him. Well, so then he gets there and he brings all his allies together and they excommunicate his rival over, and it's just this whole political subterfuge about the nature of the Christ, whether it's Trinitarian kind of thing or if Jesus was equally God, kind of stuff. I forget the exact theological points, but it's like, yeah, so it was a bunch of men that decided how this worked, and it was very much like anything in politics. So even like the nature of what it is for the Christ stuff is weird. So yeah, a lot of that.
Well, if nothing else, if nothing else, he proved that he can get a virgin who's married and get away with it.
Yeah. Although the whole virgin thing is kind of weird to take when that's not how it's meant in the original language. It's a mistranslation from one language to the other that turned it from a young young woman into a virgin. But yeah, it was that stuff. And I kind of, to compare my beliefs before I completely left Christianity, I was probably similar to a lot of the beliefs that Unitarians hold, the Unitarian Universalist sect of Christianity, which kind of rejects most of the stuff. It's really weird. I mean, they're almost a deist sect that just throws the name Christianity on it. at this point if you ever look at it. So that was my beliefs for a while, and eventually moved to deism itself. You know, once you get almost on the precipice of deism, you take it, and then the next step was through things like the atheist experience and stuff. I finally got comfortable calling myself an atheist, and then there's the whole definition of atheism thing that for some people would kick them back from atheist to calling himself an agnostic. But by the time I got by the time I got to that point and realized, well, here's the issue with how the atheist experience and all these other people define atheism this way, and here are the problems with it. By the point I figured out that problem, it's like, well, I have all these reasons why I believe these gods don't exist. So I'm already to that philosophical atheism. Even if what made me comfortable was the looser definition. So yeah, that was my deconversion story, kind of the cliff notes of it.
Yeah, well, one thing for sure, it's an old song. Only our dying will tell.
Towards the end of, I've been trying to get Neil to get me on, but I don't know. At first I told him, oh, mine is so simple, it would just take 10 minutes. And then after I started thinking about it, all the nuances, I'm like, oh man. So I do need to talk to Neil again to try to coax him to get me on there.
Oh, he'll have you on. He'll have.
It won't take any coaxing. He'll just be like, here, pick a date.
Yeah, that's what he said, but I'm so
You'd
bad.
be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, well, why not? It sounds good.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've talked live, face to face like this, Brantley. But yeah, hanging out with you in the chats and stuff. It's always nice to get to know the other members of the community like this. So I'm hoping to see, one day see Hans or whatever on Neil's show or Purple and everybody else, and just kind of give a chance to tell their story and talk a little more than, with these after shows, hang out. It's nice to build a community around everybody here.
Well, that's true. I mean, and we got everybody on here in one go. There'd be no more black screen.
I don't know if this is a typical thing, but it just keeps I've been meaning to mention it next time I'm in a room with more than one atheist. You guys are atheists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking. Towards the end of my belief, I had convinced myself of being like a annihilationist, to where thinking that, at the end, all the souls will be annihilated in Revelations, and that kind of took me out of it, took me out of religion, because even if I'm wrong, if I'm going to be annihilated anyway, I won't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of the reverse of something I can never remember. Never mind.
Yeah, so that's
maybe unique to my...
Yeah, I take the annihilation things so.
Yeah, well, hey, don't worry about it. We're either here or we're not here, and then we're here. We won't be shortly, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just thinking well, all right. If I don't believe, the same thing happens to me as I already believe it. That jump from there is well, if you're not one of the ones getting into heaven, you get annihilated at the end. It's no different than believing what I already do as an atheist. So it's that doesn't scare me.
Yeah. And I don't know. I've always kind of had the problem with if you do continue on to a heavenly experience, and all the bad experiences and everything that you've ever had are kind of removed from you or whatever, how do you remain the same person that you are? You know, I mean,
You don't. Your identity is stripped away, and you're a mindless robot for eternity.
yeah, you're basically up in heaven, being forced to sing praises and throw crowns for all eternity. That doesn't sound.
It's supposed to be better than sex. What I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're bullshitting you at that point because
What kind of sad
Yeah.
sex must they be having?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm gonna
don't
say.
know.
That's
Oh,
what.
that's very sad to think that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Red, have you ever watched the show, the channel Extra Credits?
Oh yeah, I used to watch them all the time.
They've got a couple of animated pieces about the early Christian schisms that I thought were really good, and they get into all that stuff you were talking about from the Bart Ehrman thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen those ones exactly, but I've seen their extra histories, some of the other stuff they've done. It's been a few years since I've checked out their channel. At a certain point, it kind of gets repetitive with what they bring up. You know what I mean? Like when they go do the history stuff and all that stuff that's different, it's fun. But at a certain point, their talks about the games and everything else, which is the core of their channel. It kind of gets repetitive. I mean, you kind of touch on the same points over and over again.
Yeah.
This one here, yeah.
Was that you were breaking up there, Frank? Oh, hey Stags, how are you? Oh, what do we got there? Deconversion. What is that? Is it a fiction thing or is that book, Frank? What was that book? All I saw was the name. I didn't see what the book was.
I haven't had the balls to open it yet.
How you doing tonight, Stags?
What's going on?
Not much. We're hanging out after show. Neil had to bail for go hang out with his mom.
Oh,
So I said, well, there's enough people that wanted to come and hang out in the after show. I'll host one over on.
We're having an atheist Bible study.
Yeah.
right on.
It's been interesting. Hey, could you throw me a
King
wrench
James only.
and I'll link that video in the chat.
Yep. Just a second here.
Throw me a wrench, dog. See how Duke gets those wrenches. He just puts it out there like you can't tell him no. Like, just give me a wrench. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Give me a wrench. Okay.
I already have a wrench.
Here, pup. I'm saying this. Now we can talk to you too.
Yeah.
Hey, I want a wrench. No, I'm just playing. I'm not even in the chat.
Yeah.
I can't find the video.
I couldn't either. I had to
Yeah.
get a link.
Yeah, I put it on my second channel. Stuff. Just like these hangouts and stuff. I want my main channel to be the content, and there's a live show I'm putting together for it, which will be kind of like.
You remember, Hans? He
I
didn't
see how it is. I see how it is. You're ashamed of us.
Yeah.
No, it's everything that goes onto that main channel is going to be really tightly organized, or so it's all the same. Because I'm doing a bit of the animation eventually.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I started a discussion on that page.
Thing that I wanted all the videos to look and be branded kind of the same thing. So it's not, here's a hangout after party or something there. If there's a live show, it's going to be put on that way, or at least that's what I want to do with the channel. And once I start putting stuff out.
And you might want to be monetized someday.
Well, I'm not worried about monetization. It'd be nice, but I mean, given what YouTube does when you're monetized, you're not getting much from it. This isn't 2014, 15, or 16 right here.
Oh, that's those super chats.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Stagger, man, what you doing, man?
I was sneaking about.
Yeah.
So you had a pretty busy weekend with all the streaming that you did. I
Me?
missed yesterday's. Yeah, I think you're on every night, or every day over the weekend, weren't you?
Yeah, I guess. I used to stream all the time. I don't know why I haven't as much lately, but kids and the stuff.
The
Work.
evil weed made you stop.
What was that?
The evil weed made you stop.
Evil weed. Well, no. There's several points of contention with that statement. Just say no.
That wasn't a statement.
There might be a few more people showing up. I just shared the link in the chat we have on YouTube. So Doorknob Head has at least seen it.
Yeah, that's why you guys get around so much to all the streams, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
think
guys.
Duke is in our chat.
Which one's that?
The us here. Let me read it. The messenger on YouTube. The
Oh, they
us
shut that
people here
down.
on YouTube.
Oh, they have like
okay.
different. They like shut down the old messenger and started a different kind of messenger, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
they changed.
I still never use it.
I haven't had a chance to play around with it.
Have you checked out the new Twitter format on the web browser?
No, what's changed on Twitter?
They made it a lot like the phone. I don't know. I saw this thing on the side of my Twitter feed the other day that said, "Take a sneak peek at the new Twitter," and I clicked on it, and it was like different.
Garbage.
I haven't seen it at all. I think I saw a memory post about it, about being able to sort your timeline differently than what it does.
I'm sure there's benefits to it, and eventually I'll switch to it and get used to it. But I switched back to the old one for now. I don't know if I can switch back to the other one or not. Oh yeah, try the new Twitter. It should be in your settings. Like click on your little.
Well, if you can, let me know. I can't get the old one back.
Did you lose your account on Twitter?
The old one, it seems as though I just don't know how to get it back up.
Oh, you just click on your little picture where it's your profile and settings, like where you can bring up your lists and your moments and your promote mode and Twitter ads and analytics and settings and privacy. All the way down near the bottom, there should be a setting that says switch to legacy mode.
Oh, is that what it was? Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Had to put in a big word, didn't they?
They got to throw you off the trail.
So what did you think of the whole politics? What is it? The Indigenous Peoples March thing that was going on.
I didn't see it. Where the MAGA hats showed up.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
rabbis.
reactions to that this weekend. I'm like, I don't care enough to look.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch of MAGA hats, and people were saying they were acting like jerks. And I said, yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that.
I think everybody at that place was acting like a jerk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But like some people say, a jerk a day keeps the wife away.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I haven't tried either.
Could you change that to a wank a day?
Yeah, I could change it to a wank a day. That sounds good enough to me.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, we got Australia Day coming up this weekend.
What?
Australia Day's coming up here on the 26th.
Australia Day.
What do you do for that?
Yeah. All you got to do is get a plane, get a ticket, come over here, and we won't let you back.
Oh, Kyle, why'd you have to share this? This is pure nightmare fuel.
Australia days that bad?
Well, it wasn't until they started inviting Muslims.
Oh, I just meant like the nightmare fuel. I thought that's what he was responding to.
Kent Hovind. What do they call it? Where they take the still picture and it looks like it's talking.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watching that face move so awkwardly, it's
It's on Twitter. What is it? Kent Hovind?
Yeah, I'll share that. I'll shoot the link in the live chat.
Very funny, Purple.
I just threw it in the live chat.
Thank you. Well, I think I'm gonna head out, guys, but it's been a blast.
Yeah, have a good one, Riley.
Thanks for stopping by.
I had to at least show off the T-shirt I got.
Nice.
Digital Hammurabi.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, they're the best. I just upped my Patreon pledge to $50 a month, so they better be good.
That's some love. You got love.
Yeah. I didn't do it for them. I did it for whoever gets the scholarship. Well, whichever 3 get the scholarships. Which I figure if I can't pay to make myself smarter, I may as well pay to make someone else smarter.
There you go.
Way to go.
Alrighty, have a good night, guys.
Yeah, later, buddy.
You too.
Thanks for sending me the link.
Bye. Bye.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody else have anything?
I reckon we ought to hire out a town hall and just put up a come in and enjoy sign.
Yeah, that's what I have to do.
Trying to think of if there's anything I've seen recently that was interesting. Other than people like commenting on threads that are from June of last year, I can't think of anything.
Oh, I saw it. Was that yours or was that? I saw someone do that jumped on a thread from a while.
I saw Stefan Molyneux tweet and then I retweeted it and then I noticed that it was from like sometime last year or 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, it's something they drag up and retweet out on there.
Well, just watch Aaron Ra's latest stuff. He's on holiday somewhere and he's trying to lose weight.
Good for him.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, he was.
No. I said it. Well, I think he's losing weight. He had a shower too, I think.
Yeah, he's like he was hopping around looking at Mayan temples, isn't he? Right now, I think it was the most recent thing I saw.
I didn't see anything about it, so I don't know.
I haven't watched his new videos yet. The couple he released.
I've been like doing the non-stressful Twitter thing. I've got like however many people I follow that are just funny. That's all they do. They just try to be funny. And
what are you doing Twitter wrong if you're avoiding all the conflict? That's the point of it. Go view the trash show. No, I'm kidding.
Just for the fun of it. Like a lady put out what was it? She put hashtag fake hygiene facts. You can just lick it clean. And I said I often do. We're talking about eating chicken wings, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
She said, sure. And I was like, yeah, how else do you get the sauce off? It's a fun fact. The Duke of all Bonanzas often takes ladies out for chicken wings on the first date. Give me a woman who mauls her food, extra points if she gets wing sauce in her hair.
I feel like that was a jab at me.
It was a jab at you, but you weren't there to see it. I never got to do my little video I was going to do, poking fun at you because you left, and I don't want to do it when you're not there. You guys ever watch? I'm telling you, you guys ever watch an old cartoon where somebody grabs a chicken leg, puts the whole thing in their mouth, they pull it, it's like a bone. That's all that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's Rachel eating chicken wings.
If you know the trick.
Yeah, with all the grease hanging down on it too. You know, it's lovely. You got to suck the bone too.
It's a thing of beauty. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's the most endearing. It's the most endearing thing I've ever seen anybody do. It was the last. What was it? It was like your last couple of days, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got chicken wings like right before I left work.
Yeah, I went to I went to the good place up the road that we get chicken wings at, and
Just watch yourself right here on the live stream.
And totally, we got them back, and we sit back there eating at them, and it was just like, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I wish I would have got it on video.
I'm really glad you didn't.
With things like Duke.
Why is
right?
that women?
Exactly.
Why is it that women who are 5'2" with double D breasts never fall over and hit their face?
I have no idea why.
Oh, neither do I. I was just asking.
See, and I thought there was a punchline coming.
If you say it wrong to the wrong person, there is a punch line. You know, I mean, honestly, I mean, if you come up to a woman and just use the words, you swallow or spit, you're looking for a slap in the mouth.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. I try not to say inflammatory things to women as often as I can.
Then why
It seems like it would be a difficult task for you.
Then what? Then how is it that men are supposed to understand? Do you like muff?
I don't know.
See what I mean?
Yeah, you've
That's a very, very good point you've made there, sir. You've given us all a lot to think about. I, for one, am a changed man.
Really? Look,
I'm gonna carry this new wisdom with me throughout my life as I go on my travels and my adventures. Something about America. I couldn't hear you over my own bloviating.
I'm not American.
You're not American? I couldn't tell.
No, I'm Australian.
I know.
I'm from Sydney.
I don't have an accent.
Nobody believes that I'm from Sydney. Why is that?
I don't know, man.
Nobody knows. Tell us.
It's a crazy thing. What'd you do for your birthday, dude? Did you do anything fun?
No, not a thing. I'm sitting here talking to you blokes. Oh, I'm sorry, and lady. This is not bad. This is good. I mean, I could be sitting out in the lounge room watching Power Rangers, couldn't I?
Yeah. Hey, Red, the original thread that the guy jumped into, he was actually jumping in talking shit to Puff, me and Name Dragon, because people for some reason like to get fucking schooled on everything that's ever happened in the history of human knowledge.
Yeah.
And
he tried schooling me this morning.
Who's that?
Puff.
Oh yeah, but the original thread was when Godless Cranium did the thing about the internal toaster.
Yeah.
And it was just like a big fucking shit show, and it was like there was like threads that were however many tweets long, and then there was like retweets of every tweet in that thread, and those threads were out for went on for days. But it was June of last year, and I guess this guy randomly saw it, or somebody at something, I don't know, and jumped in there and was saying shit, and it was like, why do y'all do this? Because like I'll have stuff that was like a conversation, if you can call it that, from like months and months and months ago, and all of a sudden it'll be back in my mentions, and I'm like, Why is this here? Some rando will just like some dumb thing somebody said, and I'll be like, I don't understand the...
I have one specific tweet that's random as hell. It's not contentious in any way, and it just keeps getting likes. Like every couple weeks, I'll get a like on it. It's weird.
I mean,
Which one is that?
That'd be like farting in your pants and having a sniff of it 2 weeks later.
That is a great example. That is, yes. But this is even worse. This would be like shitting in your pants and then having to deal with it 8 months later.
Hey, here's some words of wisdom for you then. At 7 a.m., I have a piss. 8 a.m., I have a crap. I don't get out of bed till 9.
Ouch. Do you have rubber sheets?
Why do I need those things? I got a wooden floor.
That's
I've missed you guys.
good stuff.
Thank you.
Neil's been talking about doing a Cards Against Humanity thing stream one of these days. Back for that.
You guys let me know.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was talking about it. Whatever the last after show was that we were on.
Was it him or Neil?
Neil brought it up.
Yeah, Neil brought it up. Yeah, because then it came up that Brooke did it. And I think you have to be able to use Rabbit to do that.
No, what we did was...
we shared her. Yeah.
You did what?
We shared
Shared
our
on
screen.
him. Yeah. On Hangouts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we would switch through whoever was the cards are so that the audience could see what we were picking.
It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
What does anybody got any idea what you do when you wake up in the morning and find a cockroach in your undies?
No. No idea.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. It is a shame.
Yeah. I found a big black one in mine the other day.
Probably jump.
Oh, no, I got
out of my...
in.
Isaac.
It's all right, dude.
I know. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. Right? Has anybody else showed up in the chat? Anybody watching us?
I'm not even watching the chat.
We got 5.
I'll stream here with us. Brantley's still hanging in. We might wrap this up, take it off air for a little bit, and then call her a night. Unless you guys want to talk about here while we're live yet, or...
Oh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. The most interesting conversation I've had recently was an argument with Inane Dragon about whether or not Dumbledore could beat Gandalf.
Gandalf was in for sure. Gandalf is a warrior wizard. Dumbledore is the principal.
Yeah, I vote for Dumbledore.
Dumbledore?
Yeah, all day.
Why?
Because he's a powerful wizard.
So is Gandalf.
I don't know.
Gandalf would stab him in the heart with a sword.
If he could, if he could get to him. That's assuming that Dumbledore didn't just transmute him into a vase. If he's transmutation magic, turn him into a slug.
Please. Oh my god. You're trolling everybody right now is what you're doing. You're fucking playing a big troll game. You're getting your little chuckles out of it.
You ought to try being 5'6", 200 pounds, people looking you straight in the chest and saying, I can't see you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Who had you?
Red, I suppose.
Did he? Nasty.
Oh, now. Calm down.
Yeah, it's down. I can't even get the bloody thing up anymore. What's a doorknob hidden? Oh, that's not a nice thing to get hit of. A doorknob. That sounds wrong. But it's got a keyhole, doesn't it?
It does have a keyhole.
Well, as long as it's got a keyhole, I'm right.
Sometimes it doesn't, though. Some doorknobs don't have a keyhole. My doorknob doesn't have a keyhole.
Away.
I like to call people I don't think are smart door stops, like the springy door stops, the one that you grab them and they go. Brrr.
That's painful.
Yeah.
I'm not into pain.
No.
No, I'm a lover. Just ask me, I'll tell you.
I believe you.
Yeah, I know no one else does. But, yeah. I think I'm going to get my own pew and start saying bullshit too.
I think you should write. I think you should write a book of like parables.
Yeah, but would she be like me lying to her?
I think you should do like spoken word.
Yeah, like slam poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be a comedian, you know? But every time I got on stage, people bloody well laughed at me. It wasn't fair.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I can understand about like 27% of what you say.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time picking that up too. Real talk. Real talk. It's like the time I went drinking with those Irish guys, and it was bad. I couldn't understand half of what they were saying either.
You just look at the facial expressions and you know.
They were cool dudes, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I love you guys. I'm going to head out.
Yeah, have a good night.
Bye.
Okay, go.
Well, you gotta
Have a
go
good
probably
one.
see you, I think, what, your Saturday for Neil's?
Yeah. What time is that?
I have no idea. He just said it
Me
was
either.
Saturday.
I need to find out what time. I think we decided on like 8 o'clock, maybe. But I'll have to make sure. I think he moved the time down for me with the little one.
Yeah. So we'll probably talk again in the after show or whatever.
Sweet.
Sweet. Yeah. Have a good night. I think we're gonna end up.
Oh, I think everybody just about stuff, aren't they?
Purple, you're not sub to this channel. It's the same picture that I used with everything else I do. It's a streaming only channel that I put up. I think you're sub to my main. That's why it's not showing up in your YouTube feed. But otherwise, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna, and if you guys want to hang out some more offline, we can do that. But thanks everybody showing up in the chat. Purple, Hans, Brantley for coming on. Thanks to Doe, Staggerson, Duke, and Frank for all coming by. Maybe we'll do. Maybe we'll do this something more. Maybe I think it may be running like a premiere with my videos on my main channel, and maybe do an after show every now and then or whatever, just to hang out, talk about it after they. That might be something. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.